Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super grateful to have you. And if you are returning, y'all, the real MVP, you already know. If you guys do not want to hear what I have to say in the intro, you can go ahead and check the pinned comment and jump ahead to the reading. But if you've got a minute and you want to hear what I have to say this morning, this is going to be intended as a general reading. This is going to be a shadow work focused reading for the end of 2020. So this is going to be basically December. I don't usually like to put timestamps on my videos because if you guys stumble on this video in the future and it's not December of 2020, there will still be a message in here for you guys. So please understand this is a general reading. So this may not resonate for everyone. It's totally okay if it doesn't, but I do believe if you have found your way to this reading, there is a message in here for you somewhere. So definitely do not hesitate to tell me in the comments if this resonates for you and which part of it really spoke to you. I do love hearing from you guys. It is so great to know that this message is reaching somebody the right way. So I really hope that you guys are stoked on this reading. Let's go ahead and get started with this prayer here, friends. I call forth my Father God, Mother Goddess, angels, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides, and any beings of light and love that wish to join me here in this reading today. I ask that you protect my energy as well as the energy of my viewers. Please envelop them in a beautiful bubble of protective love and light. And I ask that you please connect me to my higher self as well as the higher selves of my viewers so that we can get them the messages that they need to hear today. I thank you so much for waking me out of my bed this morning and connecting me with the collective every single day. I'm truly grateful for your presence as well as your guidance. Thank you so much for everything you do for me and everything you will do. Truly grateful. All right, let's go. Okay guys, so this is going to be a shadow work focused reading if you did not listen to that quick little intro, so I want you guys to understand that this is the time period where we're all going to be kind of drawn to shadow work, so why not cater the readings to do so? All right, so we are going to get started here with the Wooden Hermetic Tarot as always. Do you have any overall messages here for this shadow work reading? What is going to be the, oh, thank you. All right, so we got two here. This is the High Priestess and the Sun. So I'll go ahead and leave those there for you guys. I'll talk about that in a minute, see what else comes out. Any more overall for this reading? Overall, whoa, we got two more. Okay. So this is the Death and the Empress card. So let's actually go ahead and switch this up a little bit. So here with the Sun, the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Death card, with this shadow work focus that we have here at the end of the year, my friends, we are going to be trying to work toward our happiness, right, next year, trying to find what really fulfills us, what really sets us on fire, what really gets us excited and creative, right? The Sun is Leo energy, so what is going to make us feel our best, most confident, most fiery, beautiful selves? And with the High Priestess, this is going to be talking about following your intuition to decipher what it is that is going to be calling you toward that happiness, okay? So what do you need to shed at the end of this year? What energies do you need to get rid of to clear the cobwebs, to make way for all of that beautiful Sun energy moving forward on your path? With the, oh, this was the Emperor. That wasn't even the Empress. My bad, y'all. With the Emperor here, this is talking about taking a leadership role in your life and, sorry, I'm listening. Okay. This might also have to do with healing father wounds, okay? So if you guys are currently working on your shadow work or following my shadow work series, this may also be talking about healing father wounds, father connections. This could also be you being a father, maybe a father of your children, again, maybe your father, grandfather's male leadership positions in your life, healing these connections, or maybe starting to realize that you are healing these connections, clearing out these energies, etc. And with the Death card, rebirth, guys. Beautiful new day dawns, right? Especially with that Sun card here in the beginning. So I'm super stoked on that. They also said to look at the bottom of the deck. Justice, balance. All right, that's Libra energy there. So we are going to be talking about clearing out these energies, working toward our happiness, right? Working through our shadow work toward a rebirth, toward that metamorphosis and that change to bring balance in our life. Balance, moving forward in new energy. There we go. Sorry, that's gonna drive me bonkers if I can't get that working. Okay, guys, so remember, this is balance of energies in your life. So not only balance with work and home, balance with family and love, this is also balance within yourself, balance of the feminine and the masculine, balance of self-love and your outer world, your inner world, your outer world, as within, so without, right? So that is just going to be the overall energy of balance there at the bottom. I've actually never gotten that many cards for the overall energy, so that's beautiful and amazing. Hopefully those come back into play here. So where would you like me to go next? We're jumping right in with the tarot, guys. We're not even going to do any oracle here. So what do my viewers need to hear? What do my viewers need to hear about their shadow work journey? What do my viewers need to hear about their shadow work journey? What is this happiness we're going to be working toward? What is the Sun card? Thank you. Two of Pentacles here. That was actually in the reverse. Let's go ahead and keep going. Clarify the High Priestess. Whoa, thank you. Whoa, all right, okay, we're cooking. Goodness gracious. All right, let's take these first. So, Nine of Wands, Queen of Cups reverse. Wowza, I was not expecting that many cards at once. Okay, I'm hearing the Judgment card came out sideways, so that's, when that happens, that drives me bananas in a reading. So I'm going to show you guys this here like this, because Judgment came out sideways with the Nine of Cups, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at these first. I know I did use these for clarification, but we're just going to kind of use them as jumping off points. So here with the Two of Pentacles reverse, this is usually talking about juggling some ideas, juggling some options, things like that. You might have already made a decision about what this happiness is going to be. So with the Pentacles, that could be regarding money, regarding work, and you may be starting, you know, some kind of business or something. But it seems that you have already made that decision. You're no longer in this juggling act here. When it comes to this happiness, you are already focused. You already know what that happiness is that you are going to be going toward in 2021. So congrats for everybody that is going to be watching this. It seems that you have been doing lots of juggling this year, trying to figure out what that is, and you've finally started to narrow down your options. Maybe at the end of this year, beginning of next year, you are finally going to have that laser focus on where you are going, okay? So with the Nine of Wands here, you are in the last stretch, my friends, of whatever cycle you are going through right now, whether that be money, material. I'm hearing balancing act. You're in the last stretch of your balancing act. So especially with that Justice card, there is something you are trying to balance. It seems you might have been trying to hold down the fort in some way. You might have just been really trying to balance something. I'm hearing, this is very specific, and it's not going to be for everybody, but somebody here is trying to keep the peace. And it seems like you're finally going to be getting out of this energy. So whatever that is, whether that's in a job, in a family, or in a relationship, it seems like you finally realize that that's not for your highest good. That's not going to lead you toward your happiness. And you're finally done with it. So you're in the last stretch. You've found your fire to go ahead and move out of that. So especially with the sun energy and the wands here, there's tons of fire. There's tons of passion toward finally getting out of that, right? Finally realizing that you are done balancing whatever this energy is. You're finally done with trying to keep the peace. You're finally done, and you want to move toward that happiness. So you're finally listening to your intuition here and wanting to be done, realizing that you're done, you're over it. So with your Queen of Cups reversed here, this is talking about not quite being in touch with your emotions. So that is going to be what you are feeling drawn toward in your shadow work aspect, is getting in touch with yourself here with the Queen of Cups reversed, clarifying your High Priestess. So that's talking about whatever it is that you're clearing the cobwebs out of here with this, last stretch balancing act thing. Whenever you realize what it is that you're finally done with, you want to be done with that energy, again, can be a job, can be a family living situation, it can be a relationship, it can also be just realizing what you need to clear out of your shadow work cobwebs to start making way for your new beautiful energy of manifestation and bringing in your happiness, right? And you're realizing you're not as in touch with your emotions as you thought you were. So here with your Judgment and your Nine of Cups sideways, this drives me nuts, and usually I wouldn't read it like this in a reading, but I was told that's what we're doing. So it seems that you're being a little hard on yourself here. And that's why your Judgment is not moving either which way. It seems like you might be hard on everyone at the moment, and with this Queen of Cups reversed, you're kind of being overtaken here by your emotions. You're not quite as in touch with your emotions, and you're being really triggered all over the place, and you are really letting those emotional triggers rule your life right now. And you're just not being very good with your discernment and your judgment, and you are just kind of throwing those emotions all over the place. So that is something you definitely need to check in your shadow work and realize that those emotional triggers are happening for a reason, and that's for you to take a look at what is going on and really go internally when that happens. You don't necessarily have to do it in the moment, but in later times in meditation, when you have stillness, think about those things that were emotionally triggering you and try to go back in your mind and figure out why that is emotionally triggering you, and try to find the root of that situation, okay? And that's really going to help you start to understand yourself and understand your triggers, and help you find this emotional independence and emotional fulfillment here. Because again, your Nine of Cups came out sideways. There is no right or wrong in what's going on with your Judgment and your Nine of Cups here. So as you can see, these are crisscrossed as well. They kind of look like yin and yang. So I think that finding that discernment, listening to your higher self, and really looking inward toward those emotional triggers is going to help you a whole lot here with your emotional independence and your emotional self-fulfillment. So that Nine of Cups, remember, happens before the Ten of Cups. You can't get to the Ten of Cups without having the Nine of Cups. So you cannot pursue that happy family life without being fulfilled within yourself, okay? So that's super important for everybody across the board. Just because you are married and you have kids, or you have a relationship, doesn't mean you are emotionally fulfilled within yourself, right? It just means you skipped a couple steps. So it would help you out a whole lot to start doing that shadow work. Start at the very, very beginning with checking your triggers. Check where you are getting real emotional. You might be having some outbursts here and there and not quite understanding why, and you're starting to realize that you have been really emotionally driven and not really understanding that that was an issue before, and you're starting to finally realize that you're you're having some issues here, and that being emotionally triggered all the time is not helping you out too much. And I think that that's also what's going on here with your Nine of Wands, your Two of Pentacles, the Justice. It seems that you're finally realizing that the way that you have been coping and the way that you have been going about the world so far in your life, it's gotten you this far, but it's not quite the best that you can be. It's not bringing you that balance. It's not helping you out, and it's not helping you get toward your happiness, right? It's kind of that old saying of doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is insanity, right? You're finally starting to wake up to that realization here. We were using this as clarification for the High Priestess, and it's clarifying that you are finally listening to yourself and realizing that you've gotten this far in doing this, and it's not producing different results. It's not helping you out. It's not helping you get any further. You're not progressing. You're continuously restarting the same cycle, and you are constantly being faced with the same outcome and the same cycle in the way that you are going about not only your work or your family or your relationships. This is starting to show up everywhere for you. So that's why you're really starting to realize, like, you need to make a change here, because this is an issue, and this has been an issue so far in your life. You might have even been told this by a lot of people, that you emotionally react to a lot of things, or you are, hot-headed or something, and you're not quite figuring out how to manage that, and you're starting to finally mature to that now here with the Nine of Wands, and realize you need to be done with this, and you need to start really figuring out how to get your Queen of Cups and your Nine of Cups finally in the upright position, and really get in touch with your higher self and listen to your judgment, okay? Listen to your intuition, listen to your judgment, because your gut has been leading you to this for quite a while. So you're finally starting to open your eyes to the realization of all the things that are going on here. And that's beautiful. I'm super stoked for you guys. So can we clarify this Emperor here? King of Pentacles. So, with your Emperor being clarified with the King of Pentacles, I am thinking, the way that I said initially, that this is healing some father wounds, right? With your King of Pentacles, I think that man, that Emperor, is not only a, how do I say this nicely? Your Emperor, right, is normally kind of a man's man, a very masculine man, a very misogynist, old-fashioned type of man. And here with the King of Pentacles, it seems that he has taken a role in your life where he has been very financially stable. It seems that this may be very well an older man in your life, somebody that you have had around for a long time, that you just might have to start working on this wound with. And please understand, friends, I'm not saying go jump in this person's face, because that's still an emotional trigger for you. So whether this is your father, your grandfather, your husband, your brother, maybe all of the above, this is something that you need to start healing and realizing that this is very triggering to you, and it's something that is going to continue to trigger you until you face the understanding that this is a trigger, okay? So maybe this is something that you've pushed off for a long time, and not wanting to realize that your Emperor here was not as great as some people said he was, right? Maybe that's, been the issue for you in your life, where a lot of people glorified him, and you're like, I'm not quite seeing it, or he just wasn't even there. And that's caused the issue for you, where you might have in the past created an entire scenario for who this person was, right? Again, this is very specific. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but I think on some level we all do have parental wounds, okay? So please understand that this might be happening for you at the end of this year, where you're taking a look at yourself, you're taking a look at your father, your grandfather, the men in your life, maybe even starting to look at like your brothers, your uncles, the male bosses, your male co-workers, your exes, like things like that. Whoever had a leadership position role in your life that was a masculine energy, excuse me, that might just be coming up a lot in your brain lately, and I want you guys to understand that may be a trigger. So please control yourself when that comes up, okay? Please understand the Emperor is also a very controlled energy, so whenever that comes up, please face it in a controlled chaos sort of way, okay? Realize that that is going to be an emotional trigger if you are touching that in shadow work, and you need to be grounded, okay? Don't worry too much about it. Yes, it's something we all need to face, but you don't need to go on a crazy drinking drug binge because you don't know how to cope with those energies. Yep, bottom of the deck here we have the Nine of Swords. So this is something shadow work wise that has kept you up a whole lot. It's caused a whole lot of headache. Swords are also overthinking, right? So this is a lot of overthinking, and it might even be a lot of overthinking that's leading you toward self-sabotage, okay? So whatever this whole situation is here, sorry, this is a really heavy energy. Whatever this situation is here with this Emperor, this King of Pentacles energy, it seems you might have really been bothered by this time and time and time again, and you're trying to let go of it to work toward, you know, your highest good. But whatever that is, it seems that you never learned to cope with this situation, and that's why you have learned to kind of explode the way that you have, not be too in touch with your feelings. That might even be why you are so cold to the world, just because you are so cold to something that happened in your early life, okay? That is a lot of shadow work, is realizing what happened in your early life that caused you to think a certain way, that caused you to harden your heart in such a way that you continuously carried that armor with you throughout your life, okay? So here with your Nine of Swords, that's causing you a lot of grief here. Still to this day, you haven't really looked at it, you haven't wanted to face it, and it still causes you a lot of overthinking, maybe on certain days, maybe around certain people, right? That's how triggers work. So underneath that, you have the Ace of Wands here. And this is going to be the gift of a new passion, a new fiery, creative outlet. So please understand, friends, when you are embarking on shadow work, it is important to face those triggers in a constructive way. I do talk about this in the first episode of my shadow work series, where we need to start facing those triggers in a controlled chaos sort of way. So do not do this without meditation. Do not do this without being in touch with yourself. Do not do this without a safe outlet. If you are jumping into shadow work, please understand it is extremely triggering work. It is extremely touchy work. So whatever is happening, you need to be kind, you need to be patient, you need to channel that Queen of Cups upright and understand that it's going to be tough. Okay, it's gonna hurt a whole lot. You're ripping open a whole lot of wounds to look inside and figure out what cut you. Essentially, think about maybe a bomb went off in your early life and there's a whole lot of shrapnel in that wound, and you never cleaned it out and it scarred over and you got a whole lot of infections from it and you just kept going, right? And now is the time to take some steel wool, scrub open that scar, really look inside. Sorry, this is graphic and gross, but this is the picture that I'm getting. And really look inside and start to get out that shrapnel and clean out the wound so that it can finally heal the right way and your body can finally start to process without having to constantly fight that wound, so that your white blood cells are not constantly attacking the foreign material that is inside of that scar, right? So with the Ace of Wands here, I'm hearing that you need to go about this shadow work in a constructive way, my friends. So that is a creative outlet, okay, whatever that looks like for you. So anything artistic, music, art, throwing paint, sculpting, doing something with your hands. This is something I'm going to make a video on because I did have a lot of issue with self-harm when I was young, and I didn't know how to handle all of the triggers that was happening, and I went about it in a deconstructive way and self-sabotaged, right? So when I went through therapy, I had to learn a lot of constructive ways to keep my hands busy. So that meant, you know, little things like crafting and even having a box of like papers or something to rip up or tear apart, or, you know, things that I was able to break in a constructive way if I needed to do so. That way I wasn't, you know, ripping apart the whole house. So this is Spirit telling you to channel your higher self and find a constructive way to cope with what you are undergoing, with the traumas and triggers that you are facing here with your shadow work journey, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, my friends, as this is definitely what I was feeling here with this heavy energy, we have the Tower. So at least the Tower here is upright. It didn't come out sideways, it didn't come out reversed, right? This is upright. So this is the universe leading you to destruction of the old regime. This is destruction of everything that you have been conditioned to be, right? That's what shadow work is about, is destroying the establishment, destroying the way that you were conditioned to be in your early life and building yourself up as a beautiful new person. So this is what you're working towards, my friends. This is not a scary tower here. This is a beautiful tower, and it's for the purpose of building toward your highest good, right? Being that beautiful new self. You need to destroy the old self. You need to destroy all of that building up of triggers and traumas and scarring and coping mechanisms and all of the things in your life that were not constructive. They need to go, and you need to release the things that caused them to be there in order to create a beautiful new path for yourself, okay? That is what we have here with that Death card, is, you know, death and the Tower. That's a beautiful combination there, my friends, is rebirth, right? The Tower needs to fall for the rebirth of the grounds, right? Maybe the foundation wasn't too strong and the universe needed that Tower to fall in order for you to build new foundations for a strong structure to move forward, okay? So this is not a bad thing in any sense. The Tower is just a surprise. It's, you know, happy surprise, and it's a very needed one, okay? It's a clearing out of energy, and that's what shadow work is about. That's what kind of all of these traumas and triggers are about at the end of the year, with the winter time, with the dark night, right? With all of those things that are happening, with the triggers of being around family and the holidays. All of that is on purpose, and that's for you to start your shadow work journey. So let's go ahead and see if Mother Gaia has any messages here for you guys today. I'm glad that Tower showed up, because that was heavy energy, my friends. And I want you to understand that just because the Emperor came out and I was talking about father wounds doesn't mean that you don't have mother wounds, right? That's very important. And that could very well be why your Queen of Cups is reversed here as well. These things just pop out the way that they do for me to lead the reading in such a way. And I see these after when I rewatch the reading, right? So it could very well be that you have the Emperor here and the Queen of Cups reversed because you are healing these family traumas, these family triggers, okay? So it could very well be that you have a cold woman in your life, and it could just be that that's why you have grown to be the way that you are, because even though, you know, your mom raised you and your mom taught you to be strong, she might have had to be strong because there was no male influence in your life, or it was a negative male influence in your life, and that's why your mother was so cold and so strong, right? She might not have been the most emotionally available person because she needed to raise you to be strong just in case that happened to you in the future, and maybe she feels a little bit betrayed because of the situation that happened, right? That's what shadow work is about, is realizing that our parents are people too, and they have incurred traumas in their life that have caused them to harden their heart and to cope in such a way. So please understand, my friends, you may be a little upset at your parents or your grandparents for the way that they raised you, but they did what they did because they were hurting as well, okay? So it's very important that we look at our parents as people and look at the traumas they went through in their life and try to understand the way that they are because of the things that they happened to them, so that we do not repeat the same mistakes in hardening ourselves, okay? Mother Gaia, do you have any messages here for our shadow work reading? I know this is heavy, guys, but We've got a message from the angels coming up, and then one last card to close out the reading from the Shadows and Light Oracle, okay? I wasn't sure if Mother Gaia was going to give us any messages, so I brought this here just in case. Sometimes we all need to get out in nature for a good breath of fresh air, right? If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling suffocated, if you're not feeling too good when doing the shadow work, a good walk outside will help you a whole lot. If you are able to get outside, if it's not too cold, if it's not, you know, restrictions on where you are, if you are able to get outside, that's going to help you a lot to ground yourself when doing the shadow work, my friends. It's going to help you feel a lot better and realize that you are a teeny tiny part in the world, right? And your problems, as big as they are, as terrible as they might have been in your life when you were growing up, they're not so big and bad anymore. You are a big, strong adult person, and you can face them, right? You can face them, you can heal them, you can affect the change, and you can be better because you are strong and you have gotten to where you are today. So I'm not getting any messages from Mother Gaia, and that's okay. I really didn't think that I was going to. So let's see what the angels have for you guys here today, my friends. Angels, archangels, guardian angels, legions of angels, thank you so much for protecting me as well as my viewers today. Thank you so much for your presence as well as your guidance. I'm truly grateful. Do you guys have any messages here that my viewers need to hear for their shadow work reading today? Any messages for my viewers today? Ooh, I knew I shouldn't have shuffled that over the floor. Okay, we actually have 3 here. Wow, discernment came back out. I got this one in my twin flame shadow work reading. Okay, so the first one they want me to show you is hope. There's that, if anyone would like to screenshot it. If you can see it. I didn't realize how far away I was from the camera. So this one says, hope indicates that the sun is about to come out in an area of your life. The angel wisdom reminds you that your spirit is immensely resilient and powerful, so keep faith with your dreams and visions. Remember, the universe wants you to have your heart's desire. It is simply waiting for you to believe you deserve it before the angels bring it to you. Do your part by deciding what you truly want. Then send them out positive thoughts for the changes you seek and for the fulfillment of your wishes. Ask the angels for help, and they will fan the sparks of potential and bring them to life. Hope is a magnetic quality which attracts the great and beautiful into your life. Affirmation for this card is, I am eternally optimistic. So that is very important, you guys. Once you start on this shadow work journey and you start focusing on yourself, start closing out focus that you have given to external factors and things that don't matter, you are going to create a big vortex of abundance towards yourself, but you need to believe that you are worthy of it, okay? So if you ever have that type of negative self-talk, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, you need to change that up right now. Today is your wake-up call. This card is your wake-up call. You are worthy of all of the beautiful blessings that come to you. You are worthy of all of the love that comes to you. You are worthy of all of the love in the entire universe, all of the cosmos, all of the angels, all of the light beings. Every person on earth is giving love to you all of the time, and you are worthy of all of it, okay? So the next one that we have here is generosity. Generosity is a quality of spirit. It is rejoicing in the good fortune of others even when you have nothing to celebrate yourself. It is an attitude of mind which means that you are happy to give without expecting in return. Drawing this card invites you to be generous-hearted and indicates that you are ready to aspire to this noble quality. Angel wisdom suggests that you give of yourself freely, openly, and lovingly. The rewards for generosity are great, for all that you give from an open heart is returned to you multiplied. The affirmation for this card is, I am generous-hearted. If you guys are not in a position to give material things, remember that this also goes for love. This also goes for kindness. It does not cost anything to give somebody a compliment. It does not cost anything to give somebody a smile, to hold the door for somebody. It does not cost anything to be generous with light and love energy, okay? The next card is discernment. Discernment means sensing what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment and acting on it. Your angel guidance is to look at the people and situations in your life now and respond to your gut feeling. Learn to develop your intuition and ask the angels to help you to discern the good from the bad. They will prompt and guide you. You will feel safer, happier, stronger, and clearer. Angel wisdom reminds you that when you can be trusted to use discernment, you can serve the universe in a great way. The affirmation for this card is, I trust my intuition. Thank you so much, angels, for all of those messages. We're going to go ahead and close it up here, friends, with a card from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. So these are cute little messengers that I like to use in my shadow work readings. And they will bring you a message of what is to come and what you need to be focusing on, okay? That was a heavy, heavy, heavy message, friends. And if you are still here, if you are still listening, I am so proud of you. I am so happy that you have made it through this reading to the end for this little oracle card, because these guys are super helpful little messengers. And I'm so proud of you for surviving every day, for being strong, for loving even when everything looks dark, for keeping hope, and keep moving forward, okay? Even one step at a time. Slow movement is still movement, my friends. One breath at a time. Something that I learned in therapy was when you are having a panic attack and you feel like you can't breathe and you can't focus on anything, count your breaths, 1 to 10. Then start over, 1 to 10. Then start over, 1 to 10. And then, when you can start thinking a little bit clearly, start to name off things that you can see. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can taste, and bonus one, right? Whatever that bonus one is for you, because you made it through that panic attack. And laugh it out, friends. So, can we get one last card here to close up the reading? One last messenger to deliver a message. Thank you. Oh, that's amazing. Considering we did not get a card from Mother Gaia, we got the Fairy of the Green World. This says, the natural world needs you. And look at that, friends. That's number 44. 44 is an extremely divine number, my friends. And 44 also goes down to 8, right? And 8s bring prosperity. So if you guys have been feeling like you're getting lots of 4s or lots of 8s lately, maybe look up that angel message, because your angels are definitely trying to get a message out to you. So look up angel number 4, angel number 44, angel number 444, and angel number 8. I can almost guarantee that there are quite a few messages there for you. So here with the Fairy of the Green World, we're going to take a look at the message she has for you. So she says, the green world is changing, and I am asking for your help. The world needs you to tend to the green things in it in some way right now. And it is your time to make a contribution, time to plant a garden, assist another with theirs, or share some food, flowers, or herbs from your own. Develop your connection to solar energy, find your own water source, and depend less on supermarkets, ATMs, and electricity. Learn to live with her, the soul of the green world. By providing the world with this beautiful example, you are nourishing and nurturing our mother, the earth, who feels so tired some days. Find a forest or a grove of trees or a fairy ring of mushrooms somewhere that speaks to your soul and sit with her a while. When she breathes her messages through the leaves and whispers the words of wisdom into your ears, you will know the right place and the right time to devote the sacred donation of time and energy. I thank you in advance. The fairies will be sure to help you in return. So here with that Ace of Wands, you guys, that could also have been talking about gardening, spending time in nature as a way of healthy coping, because I definitely have taken up gardening real hard this year, and it is beautiful. Getting your hands in some dirt, taking care of a plant, having a nice little connection with that plant, having Mother Gaia inside of your home helps so much on the days that you cannot get out, right? When you cannot get out for a walk, you cannot go outside for whatever reason, having some plants, having some dirt in your house helps you out so much. So I'm so glad that the fairy of the green world came to visit us today, and I am so grateful to those of you guys who are still here at the very end. So I am truly humbled by these messages, by these messengers, and by the presence here today. I'm thankful for all of you guys who have made it to the end of this reading. And if you guys made it to the end, please give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, that's cool, thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. Please, friends, tell me in the comments how this resonated for you. I'm going to go ahead and close here with a prayer and a couple of announcements for those of you guys who want to stick around. But if you guys do not, I am so glad that you came to spend some time here with me today, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. All right. Thank you, Father God, Mother Goddess, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and any beings of light and love that joined me here in this reading today for this shadow work message for my viewers. I'm truly grateful that you helped protect my energy as well as my viewers' energy and helped me deliver this beautiful message that they needed to hear today. Thank you so much for your presence as well as your guidance, for connecting me to the collective every single day, and for delivering these messages to me and through me. I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Amen. All right. There we go, candles out, guys. So if you guys made it to the end of this reading, I know that was a heavy one, and I thank you so much for sticking around with me to the end. It means so much, because I'm sure if I was watching a reading this heavy, I probably would have had to stop and come back to it back in the day. So I'm really grateful for those of you guys who came and stayed until the very end. You guys already know I am an affiliate now for 3E Candle Co. So if you guys click that affiliate link in the description box, you are automatically applying your 15% off coupon code to your entire purchase. That's good on the entire store, no minimum order required, and you can get yourself some good smellies, get your family, get your friends, get your loved ones some good smellies for the holidays, for their birthdays, whatever, and you are directly supporting my channel by doing so. So for all of you guys that click that link and get yourself something nice, I am so truly grateful to you guys for supporting this channel and future merch projects. And you guys already know I have rebranded now to Sparrow Tarot. So if you guys would like to purchase one of my old stickers, that's a Starry Nightmare Tarot on them, you can do so on that Etsy link down there as well. And that will enter you in a raffle for some new stickers, as well as a free mini tarot deck and a free mini reading from me whenever that closes. So you guys already know my Amazon wishlist is also down there if you would like to send me a tarot or oracle deck to review. And you can also just gift me one if you would like. That's always nice to go to the mailbox and get a nice little gift from someone. So if you guys are still here, thank you so much. I am so grateful to have you guys here at the very end. Put like I stayed, put a butterfly emoji down there in the comments or something. Be cheeky, have at it. So I'm truly grateful for your presence, for your views, for your interactions on this channel. My friends, you guys are the absolute MVPs. I really hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.